Hello dear friends, Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. We are here to discuss about the tissues of the human body. So I am discussing these lectures in separate and short lectures in order to have a clear concept about the tissues of the body. So in the previous lectures we have recorded about the epithelial tissue fully. We have discussed about epithelial tissue. Now we are recording about connective tissue. So in previous lecture was about the cells of the connective tissue. So a little bit introduction of the previous lecture. We had said that connective tissue in our body, connective tissue is composed of three important components, right? We know that. What are those three important components? First of all, there was the cells, right? Then fibers, right? And then ground substance, right? Both these fibers and these ground substance combinedly called the matrix of the tissue. Okay, let me write it here. Both of them are called the matrix of the tissue, but we are recording it separately. Now, our first lecture was about this ground substance. As you know, this ground substance of the connective tissue was composed of three important components. And what were those? The GAGs, glycosamine, glycans, right? And the proteoglycans, right? And the glycoproteins. These three important components were present in the ground substance of that tissue, right? Then about the cells, we had discussed that there are two groups of cells of the connective tissue. One were the permanent cells of the tissue, right? And then there were the transient cells or the visiting cells or the guest cells of the tissue, transient cells. So the permanent cells, we had discussed the osteoblast, osteocyte, chondroblast, chondrocyte, adipocyte, mast cell, myoepithelial cells, endothelial cells, right? Pericytes. So we have already discussed about them, right? And about the transient cell, we had said that these are the wandering cells of the tissue. Wandering cells means they come and go, but these cells, the permanent cells, will permanently reside in that tissue. The wandering cells, right? So the wandering cells were those cells which were coming to the tissue, performing their function, and then go back. Okay, so we have already discussed about the cells and the ground substance in detail. Now it's turn to discuss about the fibers of the tissue. And you know there were three types of fibers that I had told you that is present in the connective tissue. This is the whole composition of connective tissue in very simple way. There were the collagen fibers, there were the elastic fibers, right? And then there were the reticular fibers. So if someone asks what is the connective tissue, you have to remember this. This is a very simplified way to tell you or to discuss about the composition of connective tissue, right? So let us discuss right now. Our lecture is on the fibers of the connective tissue. So in this lecture we will record about the collagen fibers. What are collagen fibers? How are they synthesized? Who synthesized these fibers? Mostly fibroblast cells are responsible to synthesize these. So let us go in detail and discuss about the collagen fiber. Collagen fibers. So what are collagen fibers? First of all, let me define this collagen fiber. Friends, whenever we see or we are having collagen fiber in our hand, right? So these collagen fibers are always composed of three fibers, three fibrils, three fiber proteins, and they are twisted around each other and they are making strong bonds and they are increasing to the strength of the tissue, right? So it's like this. This is one fiber, right? And this is another fiber, and I will tell you about this fiber and the amino acids which are present in this, because this is a protein fiber and this is another fiber, right? These are the three fibers, right? They contain about 1050 amino acids each. Amino acids in each fiber of alpha. These are alpha fibers, alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3. That's why I have mentioned them with different colors to have a concept of them. So these are the 3 alpha fibers, right? And these alpha fibers each contain, these are protein fibers, that's why they contain amino acids, right? So about 1050 amino acids are present in each alpha fiber of a collagen fiber, right? Now let us make them collagen fiber, right? So let us twist these 3 fibers around each other and we will see how they are making collagen fiber. This is one, this is alpha 2, here is alpha 3 fiber, right, alpha 3, and then we know that there is alpha 1. So alpha 1 is also twisted around these fibers. This is our alpha 1. Now if you take this alpha 1, it will have less strength as compared to this fiber, right? So this is a twisted fiber around each other. So these 3 alpha fibers are twisted around each other, and they make they make strength to the tissue, right? So this is now this is called as collagen fiber. So what is collagen fiber? Let us define it. Collagen fiber is a triple helical. It is a triple helical fiber, protein fiber, in which 3 fibers are twisted around each other and they are present most abundantly in the body. What is the most abundant protein of the body? That is the collagen fiber protein, right? So let me define it. Collagen fiber is a triple helix, triple helical protein, right, found most abundantly in body of animals and us also, right? So these are the 3 alpha, right, and this is a collagen fiber. Now you understand what is collagen fiber. In collagen fiber, the 3 alpha, or mostly I will say other things also about this, don't worry. So these are the 3 fibers and they are twisted around each other and they make strong bonds with each other. So this is called collagen fiber. Done. Now what are the types of collagen fibers? Types of collagen fiber. So friends, there are more than 27 types of collagen fibers. More than, I will write here, more than 27 types of collagen fibers, but in our body, in humans, there are about 7 types or 6 types of collagens are found in the human body. So I will write human body, humans contain 7 types of collagen fibers, and I will write the detail here. These 20 or these other types of the collagen fibers are present in higher animals. As you know, there are higher animals and they have more strength and more force and more large bodies than us, right? So those organisms contain other types of collagen fibers which provide strength to their body. So humans contain about 7 types of collagen fibers, right? Now those 7 types of collagen fibers, the collagen type 1, I will write a little bit detail of them. The collagen type 1 is mostly found in our bones, right? So collagen type 1 is mostly found in the bones of our body and they are very strong collagens, right? Then there is collagen type 2, and collagen type 2 is mostly present in cartilage. What? Cartilage, right? So collagen type 2, we are discussing these 7. So collagen type 1 is present in bones of our body, in human body. Collagen type 2 is present in cartilages, right? And then collagen type 3, collagen type 3 is present around viscera. We'll write here around, they are found around viscera, or viscera means organs. They are found mostly around organs of your body, right? Then there is collagen type 4, and collagen type 4 is present mostly in kidneys, right? They are mostly found in kidneys. In GBM means glomerular basement membrane, collagen type 4 is there. Then we say around vessels, around blood vessels, these are present. So collagen type 4 in our body is present there. Then collagen type 5, it is a collagen which is present in embryonic life. Collagen type 5 is present in embryonic life, but when the embryo develops, the collagen type 5 will be vanished from the body, right? So there is collagen type 5 and we say it is present in embryonic life, right? And then there is collagen type 7, right? So collagen type 7 is mostly present in your skin, right? Underlying tissues of the skin, you know, there is epithelia, right? Epidermis, then there is dermis, right? So in between the dermis and epidermis, they are strongly held with each other. Here is your collagen type 7 present, right? So these are the types of collagen which are present in bodies of the human body. Type 1 bones, type 2 cartilages, type 3 around viscera, type 4 in kidneys, in GBM and around blood vessels, type 5 in embryonic life, type 7 it is present under the skin, right? Now about synthesis of collagen fiber. How are these fiber synthesized? Very importantly, friends, look carefully. How are these fibers synthesized? First of all, we know that cells are synthesizing them. Different types of cells are synthesizing these collagen fibers, right? It means that the machinery for the synthesis of collagen fibers will be present inside the cell. The machinery for synthesis of collagen fibers will be present inside the cell. So what are those cells? Mostly these are fibroblast cells, mostly fibroblast cells. Other cells are also synthesizing them. I will not say that only collagen fiber is only synthesized by fibroblast cells. Some other cells are also synthesizing them, but mostly they are synthesized and produced by fibroblast cells, right? So we will make a fibroblast here and we will discuss the synthesis of collagen fiber in detail. Now look carefully. In synthesis of collagen fiber, there are different steps involved. Some steps of the collagen synthesis will occur inside the cell and some steps of the collagen synthesis will occur outside the cell. So it means that if we have here a cell, this is a cell, a happy fibroblast cell. Why? Because he is going to synthesize collagen fiber. So some steps will occur inside this cell, right? Some steps of synthesis of collagen fiber will occur inside the cell and other steps will occur outside the cell, right? So what are the steps which are occurring inside the cell and what are the steps which are occurring outside the cell? We will write them first, then we will go in detail of it. So for example, if this is a cell, a fibroblast cell, right, what are the steps of collagen synthesis? So I will write here intracellular steps, intracellular steps. That's so simple. Why? We should learn that what are the steps of collagen synthesis which occur inside the cell, inside the fibroblast, right? And I am writing those steps inside the cell in order to remember all of them easily, right friends? So the first step which occurs inside the fibroblast or any other cell for synthesis of collagen fiber, collagen fiber is a protein, right? It is a protein and we know that proteins are made up of amino acids, right? And in order to bring amino acids we should have a messenger RNA, and in order to have messenger RNA we should have DNA, and on this DNA we should have, I'll write here, for messenger RNA we should have genes, and for genes we should have DNA, right? You know all these steps in preparation of proteins. So from DNA what will happen, genes will be copied in the form of messenger RNA, and messenger RNA will bring the copy, will bring the detail of the amino acids, and according to that detail which is written on the messenger RNA, those amino acids will be joined together and they will make protein. So all these steps are occurring inside the cell. That's so simple, right? Let us go. So what are the steps which are occur inside the cell? So the first step is the transcription of DNA. Transcription. I am writing here all those steps. Transcription step. So what is this transcription step? Look carefully. Inside the cell, you know there is nucleus. So I will bring this nucleus outside here. This is the nucleus, and we know that inside the nucleus we have DNA. This is DNA. So first we should unzip the DNA. So for example, this part of the DNA contains the gene for the alpha helix, right? This is the DNA, we have unzipped it. So here are certain genes which code for this alpha 1 fiber of the collagen fibers, right? Now look carefully. We will do what? We will there will be enzymes which will be activated, and those enzymes will fastly read all these nucleotides, right? And these nucleotides will be transcribed. These nucleotides will be transcribed on a messenger RNA, right? So what is this? This is mRNA. This is messenger RNA. So this step, when the nucleotide sequence, when the gene sequence is copied from DNA on a messenger RNA, this is called transcription step. Once again, what is transcription step? You know better than me that transcription is a step in which the nucleotide sequence of DNA which contains genes, those are copied on an extra strand, and that strand is called messenger RNA. So first of all we should have codes for all those amino acids which are present in the, you know, I told you about 1050 amino acids are present, right? So all these amino acids should have codes here on the DNA, and those codes should be copied and should be taken to the machinery which is ribosome, and that ribosome will read those codes and will join the amino acids and protein will be made. Done. Now this step is called transcription. The second step is translation. All these steps are occurring inside the cell, right? But this step, this transcription step, was occurring inside the nucleus. This is nucleus, and this translation step is occurring outside the nucleus here in the cytoplasm, because in the cytoplasm we have, you know, ribosomes. These are the ribosome units, and these ribosome units will do what? They will take that messenger RNA in their hand. Look, this is that messenger RNA that has came out of the nucleus, and it contains genetic codes, right? And this ribosome will read all those genetic codes, right, and will call his friend transfer RNA, and that transfer RNA will bring the amino acids, and those amino acids will be joined through peptide bonds, and a protein will be formed. That's so simple. Done. So this is called translation step. So transcription step occurs inside the nucleus, translation step occurs outside the nucleus. There are certain free ribosomes and there are certain attached ribosomes. And what are those attached ribosomes? You know, there is endoplasmic reticulum. Yeah, this is the endoplasmic reticulum, and at rough endoplasmic reticulum there are the attachments of ribosomes. You know these are the ribosomes. Endoplasmic reticulum is of two types, rough and smooth. So whenever this messenger RNA comes out, this messenger RNA will be taken by these ribosomes, and these ribosomes will firstly read and translate those codes which are present in this amino acid, and they will be fastly translated and into a protein, into a small protein, right. So this protein will be taken to the endoplasmic reticulum, and there will be the beginning of the training of that protein. We will see all those steps there in large diagram, right. First of all, I am writing the steps here. I know I am taking more time, but it is very important to understand all the steps clearly, right. So transcription step, then translation step, then the third step in the collagen synthesis inside the cell is the formation of pre-pro alpha peptide chain. I'll write here formation of pre-pro alpha peptide formation. So we will see what is this pre-pro alpha peptide formation in that diagram. I will show you there. Then the fourth step which occur inside the cell, right, this is called the pro alpha peptide formation, pro alpha peptide formation. So from pre-pro, the pre will be lost, pro alpha peptide will remain, and what is this pre which is lost? I will tell you in the diagram, don't worry. Then the fifth step which occur inside the cell is the hydroxylation of this pro alpha peptide. What is that? Hydroxylation step. This also occurs inside the cell. Then the sixth step which occur inside the cell is called the glycosylation of the hydroxylated pro alpha peptide, right. You will see it later. So there is the glycosylation. I am writing these steps, and we will take all these steps there in the big diagram, and we will understand and clear it about how collagen fiber is synthesized. Then number 7 step is, what is that? The after glycosylation there will be the twisting, right, this one. So there is twisting. After glycosylation, twisting will occur inside the cell. This twisting also occurs inside the cell. Then the 8th step which occur inside the cell is very simply pro-collagen formation. What? Pro-collagen formation. Pro-collagen formation will occur. That's very easy. Number 9th step which occur inside the cell. It's again occurring inside the cell, and let me increase a little bit the size of my cell. This is the size of cell has been increased a little bit. The 9th step is migration to Golgi body, right. So there will be migration to Golgi body. It's so simple. Look, these steps we'll discuss there. And then the 10th step is inside the gallbladder, gallbladder, inside the Golgi body, what will happen? There will be the addition of other oligosaccharides to it. There will be addition of certain oligosaccharides, certain sugars will be added to this twisted glycosylated hydroxylated pro alpha peptide, or we will say pro collagen, right. So there is the addition of disaccharides, right. And what is the 11th step? What will happen from the Golgi body? This glycosylated procollagen will be expelled out to the cell, to the cytoplasm. So there is the exocytosis. And exocytosis means that this procollagen, right, which contains all these disaccharides, which is twisted already, it will come out of the cell, and the steps which occur outside the cell will start happening, right. So let's repeat it once again. In collagen synthesis, right, it is completed in two steps. The first step occurs inside the cell, the second step occurs outside the cell. What are the steps which occur inside the cell? These are the transcription, translation, pre-pro alpha peptide formation, pro alpha peptide formation, hydroxylation, glycosylation, twisting, pro collagen formation, migration to Golgi body, addition of disaccharides inside the Golgi body, and then exocytosis, and then the steps outside the cell will begin. And those are the 2 or 3 steps which occurs outside the cell, and then collagen is synthesized. That's simple, right? So let us see the steps which are occurring inside the cell and how the collagen is synthesized inside the cell.